Hello everyone and welcome to TNT. My name is Noah Walter and you join me here on twitch.tv/4cloak for the EcoFuel 120 here at the Tuesday Night Truck League presented by NS Service. I am excited. It is our final race of the season. Quick recap of last week, which is unfortunately not able to be broadcasted. It was a intense battle between Brett Murphy and Brandon Half. I mean, the gap between those two at the end was literally 1,000th of a second. Good evening, Hunter. Good to see you out in the chat. But it was a great race full of drafting and dramatic action, with tires being the final deciding factor at the end of the race. Still, unfortunately, we were unable to see it, but a great race nonetheless, and it has provided a fascinating opportunity into this finale race. So, looking at our finale so far, in terms of who can be your next champion, Brandon Half is looking to be the champion-to-be with a gap of 31 points between him and Mitchell Mumo, who brings up second place. However, not only do I not see Brandon quite in our session yet, but it is still possible for someone else to get this championship, and the battle right now for second place is between... It's such a tight gap. I mean, it's between 10 points all the way down to 6th place. I mean, that is such a tight margin. It is going to be completely dependent on finishing position out of your top 10 here tonight to see who gets this fantastic race over with. We are at Homestead-Miami Speedway for this great event, and honestly, I'm excited to see how it's all going to turn out. We are in qualifying right now, and let's go and bring up the... let's not do that quite yet. I want to give these guys a little bit of a break so they can have some time to get their session through. However, qualifying is almost over at this point, so let's go and follow along with one of our drivers who has done well here at these races. Let's go and follow along with Alex Forte, who won Auto Club. I mean, what a great job he did, able to secure such a fantastic win, holding off Brandon Half for lap after lap after lap. So let's go and... never mind, he just finished his qualifying run as well. Everybody's finishing at this point. Very tight qualifying run right now is what we're having. Brady, good to see you in the chat as well, and you have the wrong number. You do? Not on my end. Anyway. We'll see. We'll see how that looks out in the end, but right now it looks like everybody's finished up with their qualifying. Oh, here we go. We can follow along with Jacob Mcmillan, as he has not set a qualifying time quite yet, and he is still here. That is if he's going to set one. Let's go ahead and bring up our main scene here. He's got 2 laps to set a lap, and there is your qualifying board so far. We're going to see if anybody's going to be able to change that up in a little bit of time we have. Or, looks like Mcmillan is not going to drive for now. But still, like I said, between your playoffs and your final drivers, I mean, it is such a tight gap between, Brandon, and then you have, the tightest of gaps there between Mitchell, Sean Howell, Brett Taylor, Jeremy Jones, Brett Murphy, Derek Stanley, and Clint Spillman. Honestly, I'm excited to see how it's all going to turn out. Well, with that, we just concluded qualifying, so let's go ahead and run through your gridding order before we begin. Looks like everybody is going to be taking their sweet time to be getting in the session right now for our race. So let's go and go through your grading order. So starting on pole position, inside lane is going to go to Alex Fox. And then on his outside is going to be Ben McDonald. Honestly, we have not seen Ben qualify super high up all the time, so it's good to see him here once again. Second row, inside lane, that's Jeremy Jones there in the 81. And on his outside is going to be Ryan Andrew. Third row, inside lane, that is going to be Sean Howell and Quinn Gingrich alongside. Fourth row, inside lane, that is Brett Taylor with Derek Stanley there in the number 26. In the fifth row on the inside lane, bringing up ninth, that is going to be Brett Murphy. On his outside is going to be Alex Forget. Sixth row, inside lane, is going to be the number 20 of Brady Floyd. He does have the wrong number on his truck. Oh no. Unfortunate. Well, that's okay. And on his outside is going to be Lucas Strayer. 7th row inside lane is going to be to the 13th position of Mitchell Muma, and his outside is going to be Clint Spillman. Then in 15th is going to be Chris Sawyer, and then bringing up the rear of the field is going to be Justin Bruins and Jacob Mcmillan. What a field we have. I mean, that's a lot of people here, and most notably, Brandon Houff is not in the session. He is not on my list. He is not anywhere. That has made this entire race completely different. That means from Mitchell Muma to Clint Spillman, the championship could go to any single one of them depending on placement. That is insane. Absolutely insane. I'm excited to see how it's all going to roll out. That is for sure here at the EcoFuel 120 at Homestead-Miami Speedway. As everybody goes now through the field, go ahead and comment below who you think is actually going to be able to get this win. I mean, this is going to be a tough race. This 1.5 mile banked actual oval instead of a tri-oval is going to be a challenge for many of these drivers between maintaining their line, tire wear, and so much more. I just am going to be excited to see who finishes where. Well, with the pace car now going through turn number 3 and about to go into 4, with its lights off, we're going to be away we go quite soon. Remember, Alex Fox is there in the number 31 on pole, the inside lane. Pole position also gets an extra point, so that is going to be helping him again, but he is not in the... Well, he's in the playoffs, but he's not in the really close battle. So there, pace car is off, and green flag, and away we go here at the EcoFuel 120. Big push there we just saw out of Sean Howell there into Alex Fox. That is going to help get this group rolling away, and you can see all the way down to Quinn Gingrich. These guys are going to try to pull away as fast as possible. That bottom lane is gone. It looks like the bottom is the way to go on this restart so far. We're going to see what they do now as they wind up their engines now going into turn number 3 here at Homestead. Roll down there, you can see that 31 is now getting a big chase there out of that 38. I mean, these two are just going to try to roll away as much as possible, but it is not going to solve all their problems now as they continue to go. As your field rollers by, you can see a little bit clearer frame rate, thankfully, due to my new graphics card, which is actually in effect now. So everybody goes through. Let's go and bring up our scene here so we can see everything going on, and there is your field. 16 cars out on track here tonight, and wow, they're all going to be going, that's for sure. So in his first start over at Auto Club, Brian Andrew was able to be a huge upset and make some huge gains over during that race. So it's good to see him all the way up towards the front of the field again here tonight at our finale. Ben McDonald setting the fastest lap for now. We're going to see how that changes going on throughout the rest of this track as everybody starts migrating over to that top side to save their tires. Down the backstretch they go. You can see just where everybody is. Brett Murphy was able to win last week at Las Vegas. I wish I could have caught that race. Honestly, he was doing fantastic there and beat Brandon Houff, as I said earlier on in this broadcast, by a mind-numbingly thousandth of a second. So he is doing great as he's getting right now chased by Quinn Gingrich running through the turns. Sean Howell now has the fastest lap, and that little P next to his name represents the playoffs. So Alex Fox is currently leading there in his AOL number 31, and he's trying to drive away as much as possible, but Ben McDonald has gotten by Sean Howell and has taken away second place. We're going to see how this migrates going forward in these next few laps. You can see there, that is going to be Sean diving down on the inside. Can he get through is the real question here. I mean, it is a difficult track to pass on, that is for sure. Riding that wall is usually the fastest way around as it saves your tires and will allow you to maintain good speed. We're going to see what everybody's going to be able to do, though, as it can be a challenge to keep that kind of pace up, with Ben McDonald taking back the fastest lap. Looking a little bit further down in our field, we see the winner of Auto Club there. That's going to be Alex Forget, able to do really well there in his number 19 Toyota Tundra. Jeremy Jones following behind. He had a fantastic finish over there at Auto Club as well. I know I keep mentioning Auto Club because I was actually able to catch it, so I know what to refer to. an intense finish he had for second position, keeping him still in a competitive spot in the playoffs. He is a singular point behind Brett Taylor, who is currently running in 5th. They're in the number 23 Coca-Cola truck. Up to the front, though, Alex Fox continues to run away with this thing so far. As the battle for second continues to heat up, we see Ben McDonald has it for now, although Sean Howell and Ryan Andrew have been closing that gap, trying to make a difference. Sean was able to do it before. Is he going to be able to do it again is the next question. We're seeing right now that gap there between 4th and 5th is now really starting to expand. Brett Taylor leading that right there. They're in that number 23 with Brett Murphy behind. The Battle of the Bretts taking on. Quinn Gingrich also falling behind there in his number 48. And Derek Stanley also behind. Derek Stanley is 4 points behind Brett Murphy in terms of playoffs, so he has to make sure he gets by him if he wants to maintain a good spot. Back up to the front of the field, it looks like Ryan Andrew has taken away a second place from Ben McDonald and Sean Howell. We know that junior fan number 88 can be flying here. Although he is the 8 in this league, I think I need to refresh his paint scheme. As he said in our chat. So thank you for being here, Ryan. I appreciate it. Looking a little bit further down in our field, we see the number 41 here of Lucas Strayer is now caught up in a big battle right now with everybody vying for a position right now. This is the battle, I think, for 7th. We're seeing right now. Quinn Gingrich is currently leading that as he is fighting off the 41 of Lucas Strayer, the 19 there of Alex Forget, and behind Derek Stanley as that's the 48 into the wall. He's fallen down into 10th. He's still in the top 10, but he's got a ways to go, and there goes Jeremy Jones roaring by. Well, one gap that has certainly been closing is your leader and second position. Alex Fox still has it for now, but you can see your top 3 are the ones to watch as they go into lap number 11 of 80. 80 laps, I mean 120 miles. It's a way to go. Ryan Andrew there on the bottom. Going to pull up next to him. Can he get by? He does not. He just doesn't have the run going down the back stretch. That is one of the toughest spots here at the Homestead-Miami. It's the only spot really to pass, and you just have to hope that you have enough momentum to get through and that you haven't chewed up your tires too much, because that is a huge problem you're going to see out of these trucks, is if you keep diving down trying to get through, your tires are just going to melt away. Your top 2, though, you can definitely see these are the ones to watch as they run away for now. It looks like Clint Spillman had some... Oh, man. Yep, it looks like Clint had some unfortunate issues there when it comes down to connection. That sucks. Hate to hear that, Clint. He was also in the championship run. He was towards the bottom of the list, but still, I mean, that you just hate to have that, especially on the last race there. As Ryan Andrew was able to shoot by on the inside, but does he have the run? Now, going down the backstretch, it looks like he just barely doesn't, as Alex Fox is able to take back that spot and get back into first position. These two are going to be the ones fighting for position as they roll through turns 3 and 4. What are they going to be able to do? That's the real question. We've clearly seen the skill out of Ryan Andrew here, so we're going to see you just got to wonder what his plan is, but it looks like he's trying to stick up to the wall as much as possible to maintain a good level of speed. Hopping back in the field just a little bit, we can see this is Jacob McMillan there in the number 21. Everybody roaring by now. He's got Justin Bruins right behind him there in that number 28 Havoline truck. Although it looks like Jacob is going to be able to pull away just a little bit more. One driver we're seeing kind of struggle here tonight, that's Brady Floyd Although maybe he is not really struggling and choosing to stay in the back. We know Brady can sometimes do that. Just roll the back and not really cause any problems. Stay out of trouble. Kind of get a feel for the rest of the field and how everybody's doing. Then on pit stops, just make a huge leap forward. That is a common strategy I've seen Brady take, and it just might be the one he's rolling with here tonight. Mcmillan right now here in second position for the playoffs, and he is in 11th in our race. Got a good truck with him going. He just has to make sure he finishes in a good spot if he wants to take home this championship, as Sean Howell, who is currently running in a very close competitive spot, is not too much. It's a decent amount ahead, running in third. As the battle for the lead continues, Ryan Andrew has taken over, going through the turn for the moment, but it looks like the number 31 of Alex Fox has gotten past once more and not giving him the lap lead. For getting a lap lead, you will get a 1 bonus point, but it looks like he has not gotten it so far. Let's go and bring up some driver info there so we can find out a little bit more about Ryan Andrew here. Oh, he did get a lap lead. That is another bonus point for him then. .8K rating. I mean, that is the one thing that all these guys have, is just an extremely high I rating. Oh boy, Hunter, I see you in chat. All right. Well, we're going to hop down back into last place once again. Here is Brady Floyd in the number 53. Well, say 53. It's supposed to be 20, but it's fine. Might had a pit lane start, too. At least at this point, he's essentially the guaranteed lucky dog. So when the stage break happens, he'll be in a good spot to move forward. And now it looks like people are starting to roll down pit road. As Brett Murphy and Ben McDonald are on pit road, Quinn Gingrich goes to join them. Now this brings up the question of our leaders. What are they going to be doing? Alex Fox looks like he's going to be staying out, not going in. But how long is he going to be able to maintain that? Yeah, sorry, Hunter, but I like to add a fair amount of latency to the stream just so that it renders okay for everybody over at home. So it looks like Alex Fox continues to stay out. He is not looking to spot in to get fuel or tires or anything for now, but we're going to see how long he's chooses to do that. I mean, that is a risky strategy to stay out because you end up slower than the rest of the field, but you also have to wonder when everybody's coming in for cautions, what does this mean, like, in terms of strategy? I mean, are these people going to take tires, or are they going to really struggle right now to get back into a good spot? Sean Howell running in third. He is currently in third also for the championship, 3 points behind Mcmillan. Brendan Hauff has not joined the session, so that means that Mcmillan is currently the leader. But right now, Sean Howell has it by a long shot as he is able to be in third position. We're going to keep an eye on see who is going into the pits, as you never know at this point. Looks like Ryan Andrew is taking a low line. Is he coming in this time? Nope. Just trying to take a low line. Maybe mess everybody up, and definitely mess me up, that's for sure. We'll see if he chooses to do so pretty soon, though. I mean, that is the thing you have to keep an eye out for is, I mean, staying out. That adds about roughly 2 seconds onto your time. You can see there the fastest lap he has of Alex Fox has there is a 32.9. So if we close that and bring up, let's see. Okay, it's not where I'm looking at. Anyway, we'll bring up that. You can see that his last lap was a 34.5. I mean, that is just a huge gap. You know, over 2 seconds. And that's what you have to be the most concerned about, is who is going to be able to be that much faster going in. But honestly, for right now, it looks like a lot of these guys are choosing to stay out and remain competitive out front. As Ryan Andrew continues to fall back. Not really any close battles too much. We can hop down into 5th position here between Jeremy Jones and Lucas Strayer. These two are your closest battles on track for now. These two drivers have been very competitive this entire season. Lucas Strayer actually was able to get the first win of the season, if I'm not mistaken. And Jeremy Jones has been a person to watch this entire season, able to finish in 2nd over at the first race stream that was at Eldora. As Jeremy Jones now slows down and is going to enter pit lane, we're going to keep our eyes on him to see if he's able to enter it well. He does. It does not look like a speeding penalty for him. And honestly, that is just a really hard thing to accomplish, is no speeding penalties, especially at a track like Homestead. You know, you have to come up off this banking, slow down a lot, and now it looks like Alex Fox is riding that bottom to enter in the pit lane. Yep, slowing down, going off the banking. He's got the car under control. Slides on the brakes. Ooh, that looked a little bit fast, but he might be okay. And that means that Ryan Andrew takes away the lead and gets another lap led. Sean Howell was currently the person with the most laps led. That is another few points there onto your final. So keep an eye on that rolling forward, as that is going to make this competition even closer coming to the end of our season. Lucas Strayer now up into 3rd. See just how much slower he is on those old tires, as Alex Forget is able to just pull away. And that's what happens. Pit in for fresh tires, and you're just that much faster than everybody else. But you have to be mindful of those cautions. Speaking of cautions, we are absolutely going to be guaranteed to have one in just a few laps. Lap number 35 is going to be our stage, as Lucas Strayer comes into pit. Running in 2nd position, Ryan Andrew also in the pits. Mitchell Muma staying out. Let's go and take a look at his information there. See, he is also on old tires. He has not come into pit. So with this next round, it looks like he and Derek Stanley, who's actually a bit further ahead, I did not see before. See there, you can see just how high all these eye ratings are. I mean, 3K eye rating. And now Stanley comes in, and Muma too. Oh boy, big lockup of the tires for both of those guys. That sounds like a speeding penalty to me, but we'll see. That means that almost everybody, no, everybody's come into pit at this point. I think the person to watch right now is probably Sean Howell, Alex Fox, and Brett Murphy. So here's Brett. He definitely pit in earlier than some of these other guys, but that has leaped him right up into 2nd place. Winner of last race. It looks like he is on a good momentum. That is for sure. He probably has a lot of good feelings right now. Able to be a NASCAR Road to Pro driver. And I think it's definitely showing. Honestly, confidence is a huge thing behind the wheel. If you're confident that you're going to do well, then it is going to make a huge difference. But one person that is absolutely not lacking in confidence, that has to be Alex Fox. Riding in that number 31 AOL truck, he is just sailing away for right now. Looking back into 6th position, it looks like there's a bit of a battle starting to heat up a little bit between Ben McDonald and Alex Forget. It looks like these two are starting to fight just a little bit. as it looks like down the straights, the number 16 there of Ben McDonald is just a wee bit faster, but in the corners that does give a chance for the 19 to catch up just a little bit more. Big gaps between a lot of your drivers here. Not too much further ahead, though, of Ben. That is Brett Taylor, another guy out in the playoffs vying for the championship. Alex Fox is a fair amount behind in the championship. However, if he gets the win, most laps led, plus a stage, he might just have it. It is going to be close, though. It does depend on where everyone else finishes. I mean, that is the beauty of having just a such tight championship right here. I mean, so many people, so close. So we're now going to be going into lap number 34. Once we complete the other half of the circuit, that is. And then on lap number 34, man, 2 before the competition yellow. Something tells me in our latter half of this race, we're going to start seeing a bit more in the way of cautions. We also know now that the estimated time of a fuel run is going to be about 25 laps. It is on 34. Alex Fox running away. He's got the gap. He's definitely got the skill behind the wheel. He knows this track apparently better than anybody else. Although Brett Murphy has closed up the gap a fair amount between him and Fox. I will have to give him that. And across the line, there it is, lap number 35. As soon as this lap is completed, we will have our competition yellow. That number 31, though, it will make such a huge difference in terms of speed and just everything. So that, as soon as he crosses the line, unless there is a huge, colossal issue going into turns 3 and 4, Alex Fox has gotten himself another 5 points. And Brett Murphy, another 4. There he is. Lap number 36, Alex Fox. Taken away. There it is. Caution is out. So, the way that is looking... Oh, Jeremy Jones finishes up in 4th. That is going to give him a +2. Sorry, doing my own little calculations here. It looks like Brett Murphy has overtaken Jeremy Jones in terms of standings for now, but only by a single point. This is just playoff points, mind you. Alright, well, with that, let's go ahead and bring up Alex Fox, your stage winner, and see how he is doing tonight. Honestly, I'm curious to see what he has to say. Alex, it's open the booth. Do you read me? Alex, it's open the booth. Do you read me?
Yes, I read you.
There we go. All right. You just got yourself another 5 bonus points. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Truck feels good. You know, I don't know what to say. I'm feeling pretty good right now. The truck feels great.
I mean, clearly so. I mean, you were able to just absolutely sail away from everybody else for quite a while. You have almost every single lap led so far.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. It's really like a lot of the handlings come into play, especially like later in this run. Notice that the tires are falling off a good amount, and really seeing like who can get around it will play a factor and coming to the end here.
Well, it looks like your biggest competitors so far have been currently Brett Murphy and Ryan Andrew. They've been very close to you. How are you feeling about them?
Those guys are, yeah, they definitely are going to be a threat. They look really fast here at Homestead. You know, just going to just try my best and just race with them and try to have fun with them and see what we can bring home.
All right, well, that makes a lot of sense to me. Before I let you go, is there going to be Anything you want to say out for our audience here tonight?
No.
Oh, all right. Well, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and bring it back.
Wait
Okay.
until the conclusion.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. Hopefully, we can speak to you a little bit later.
All right, thank you.
Number 31, Alex Fox. Rolls out in third, and Brett Murphy is going to be leading off of this next restart. Let's go ahead and bring up Brett. I want to go ahead and give him a little bit of a chat and see how he's doing. It will be a lot faster for right now. We're going to have to make it quick, though. Brett, oh, sorry. This is going to be a super quick interview. How are you doing?
Oh, not too bad. I'm shaking in my boots right now, but, you know, we're having fun.
Hey, starting on pole position, it's great.
Yeah, with the old tires, so if there's a caution, it's probably going to be me.
Well, you were able to win last race, so how are you feeling in terms of momentum going in this race?
Well, honestly, I didn't think I had a shot to win the championship, and now that Brandon's not here, it's really busted it wide open, so I think the only way to win this race, if I'm not fast enough on speed, is I got to do it on strategy, so I'm hoping it works.
Well, we're definitely going to see how that plays out here tonight. I'm going to have to let you go so you can get back and racing well. Is there anything you want to say to our audience before I let you go?
Thank you to everyone that's viewed throughout this season, and we'll be back even stronger for next season, but we still got a big race to finish tonight.
All right, thank you very much for your time, Brett. Good luck.
Thank you.
Number 64, Brett Murphy. Good to see you, Clint. I think for right now we're a bit good. We got a lot of action going on with the pace car going off, and wait for it. Green flag! Away we go. Had to give it just a little bit of a gap there. Brett Murphy is off to a pretty good start. He's got Jeremy Jones right behind him. And it looks like Ryan Andrews. They go 3 wide entering turn number 1. Jeremy Jones out into the lead. He is gone, although he has Alex Fox right behind him. Still 3 wide heading down the backstretch. Looks like everybody's starting to calm down just a tiny bit more. As soon as I say that, though, they're about to shoot it 3 wide again. They do. That is going to be Alex Forget on the bottom. Brett Murphy left out to dry out wide. As it looks like there's a bit of a wiggle there. We just saw it to Ryan Andrew, but he's able to save it going down through the front stretch. The impressive drives out of these guys is just constant. Still 3 wide. That's all we've had since on this restart is just 3 wide action. And there they go back, forming into packs just a little bit more there. Bit of a smoke we saw. I think there was a bit of a collision as they continue to race through down the backstretch. Alex Fox now has the lead over Jeremy Jones. However, Jeremy Jones is ahead in terms of playoff points. All in for a huge championship battle. That is for sure here at the Ego Fuel 120. I'm going to give a big thank you over to NS Service for allowing us to have such a fantastic season over here with the Tuesday Night Truck League. Up in third, that's Alex Forget, but it looks like he is going to be remaining competitive as there's a huge wreck down the backstretch. That is the number 23, spun around. Brett Taylor taken out. Looks like on the exit at turn number 2, he had some issues, so we're going to go in bed and take a look and see how he is rolling. That is a rough place to be in, so let's go and see how he is doing. Okay, I have a great spot for us to go ahead and rejoin in, so let's go ahead and take a look. Following along right now, here with the number 23 of Brett Taylor. Looks like they're 3 wide, almost 4, leaving turn number 2. Slide up just a tiny bit. Oh, yep, just slid up. 48 held his line pretty well. Looks like he maybe was a tiny bit down. 23 just unintentionally takes him out. Takes out Quinn Gingrich there, and both of them sliding through. It looks like, oh no. Honestly, it looks like Quinn Gingrich got a little bit worse out of that. Let's go and take a look at that again. Yeah, it looks like the 23 was able to spin it and save it. However, we can see that Quinn thankfully was able to hit the rear of his truck. That is going to slow him down a lot. However, it is going to put him in a better spot. Well, with that, we see Ryan Andrew has moved himself back up into second place. A lot of guys going on pit road this time by so that they can get a bit of fresh tires and some movement for a lot of these guys that were hoping to get a better restart going forward. Still, I mean, really competitive out of everybody here. So let's go ahead and bring up Ryan Andrew if he's over in our chats. I believe he is. Yeah, there he is. Let's go and bring him up. Ryan, Snow in the booth. Do you read me?
Gotcha.
Well, you're currently running in second place. How are you doing?
Well, truck's feeling pretty good. I feel like I am just a tad faster than the 31 right now.
You definitely had a good run over at the start of this race. I think on fresh tires you were definitely faster.
Yeah, I started to fall off after I tried to make a couple moves. Just destroyed my tires.
Yeah. What's going to be your play going forward now?
Well, I really want the track position over the 31, and I think that's what's going to win me the race.
I understand. It really can make a difference here, especially at a track like Homestead-Miami.
Yep.
All right, well, is there anyone you want to thank over at home here tonight?
I want to thank you for broadcasting this. It's really fun to watch back.
All right. Is there anyone else you want to thank?
I want to thank Brett for putting on the league again.
All right. Well,
hopefully I'll come back next season.
I think they're going to come back very strong next season, so I can see that going very well. Well, thank you very much for your time. I do appreciate it. Hope we can see you over in Victory Lane.
Yep.
All right. That was the number 8 of Ryan Andrew with Junior Van Motorsports. He's going to be on the high line for this restart. We know that bottom can really provide a huge launch. Honestly, I'm fascinated to see how this goes. And I was right after a couple pit stops. Brady Floyd up into 6th. We'll see how he's going to be able to do on this start as well. With the pace car off and green flag, away we go here across the front stretch at Homestead-Miami. Reconfigured in 2003, I want to say 2002, something like that, as Alex Fox takes away the lead for now, as it looks like that high line appears the place to be. Whoa, big slide there. We just saw the number 30 there of Mcmillan, but it looks like everybody is under control for now, leaving turn number 2. Solid 2 lanes there, that's for sure. He's got that truck under a lot more control. That was a very scary slide for everyone around him, I can only imagine. There we see the number 20 of Brady Floyd, actually in the number 53, trying to get on by as he's basically squeezed against the law as he's shot 3 wide there for just a moment. Huge, almost wreck. Sean Howell and the number 19 of Alex Fortune very close to each other. Honestly, just a big bump like that can change things massively, so it's good that they were able to hold on to that truck and keep things rolling. That's going to put Floyd out into 3rd, though. He is running away with this so far. However, he is not in the playoffs. So that is going to make things even harder for all of our playoff guys looking down. Sean Howell in a very tough spot for the moment. He's got to make sure he gets around Brady and is able to get as many points as possible if he wants to get this China championship. With Brandon Houff gone, that is going to put Mcmillan out into the lead for the championship. However, Sean Howell, with his current track position, does have the championship for now, but that's if he can hold on to it. As Ryan Andrew has taken away the lead there from Alex. It looks like I was wrong. Alex Fox back around on the outside. Ryan Andrew there on the bottom. Looks like he might be able to get it leaving this turn. Not quite. It looks like Fox goes down to the bottom and just absolutely shoots by him. What an incredible move we just saw there out of Alex Fox. Able to just swerve around him down the backstretch. It looks like that number 31 has a lot more straight line speed. Able to just completely slingshot. I mean, what a move. And now this is the chance for Andrew here to try to build up some momentum. And what's he going to do? Is he going to play it safe and ride the high line for as much as possible? Or is he going to try to shoot around? Remember, he is only on his 2nd pit stop. So he's on a bit older tires and is going to have to come in for fuel not too long from now. Sean Howell now up into third position. He was able to get around Floyd, and he is in a good spot to try to take away anything he can from anyone. Although it looks like Strayer is also getting a big run for the moment. We've not seen Strayer out front for a lot of this race, but it looks like right now he's coming into a bit of his own, running in the top 5. Jeremy Jones, who was able to lead on a couple restarts ago there in that number 81 Auto Owners Toyota Tundra, almost spins. Oh, almost takes out Brett Murphy. He saves the truck just barely. I think that was a poop your pants moment there for Brett Murphy. Just almost got taken out unintentionally there out of a spinning truck. How close could that be? Too wide down the front stretch. There's not too much of this race left to go. Continuing a battle for the lead there. They're too wide. Looks like that high line is really working out right now for Ryan Andrew, and it looks like Alex Fox is under a lot more pressure right now. Almost getting pushed down into turn number 3. He dives down to the bottom. That's Andrew on the bottom. Sliding up the track just a little bit. Is that going to be a big enough block? I don't know. As they come down through the front stretch, it looks like it is just for the lead there. Going across the line. A bit of a collision there we just saw entering turn number 1. Fox does have the bottom, but can he hold on to it? What an intense lead battle we are seeing here. But further down the field, we see a bit of a battle still going on between Floyd and Strayer. These two are still very close. See even closer back. That is going to be Brett Murphy trying to overtake the number 23 of Brett Taylor. Actually, wait, no, they're still on the same lap. They're actually fighting for position. Looks like Murphy was able to get by on that version. Looks like Fox is able to hold off Andrew for now. I mean, this continues to be an intense battle rolling through. I mean, these guys are not giving up for each other. I mean, this isn't even a championship for Andrew here. I think he just really wants to show that he can put on a good event. Although he has shown that in the few races he has run here towards the end of the season. He's definitely putting on a great show for everybody here tonight. Looks like a big wave we just saw there out of Brady Floyd coming back up into 5th. By Lucas Strayer, he goes up into 4th, but it looks like Strayer is going to have a decent high line. No, Floyd blocks, but Strayer goes down to the bottom. Strayer across doing anything he can. He's going to hold on to that bottom and see if he can get that position back. He's got it for now, but can he block Floyd enough, though? That is the real question, is it looks like they're all going to try to shoot on that middle lane. Line of trucks we're seeing there, that is Strayer on back to Taylor. These guys have it in control, that is for sure. Oh, very close we just saw there. Looks like they're riding out wide. Maybe a skim of the wall there we saw the number 41. I will say, if there's anything that's for sure, it's that these trucks sound fantastic. Jumping back up to the lead, we see Alex Fox still has it under control away from Ryan Andrew, but these two have been competitive this entire race. And about now, should be the time that we go and take a look and see what a lap is like here at Homestead-Miami. Let's go ahead and enter in the cockpit view and see how Ryan Andrew is able to complete a lap here at Homestead. Honestly, you just have to love it. Not only the way these trucks sound, but just how competitive everyone is. The Tuesday Night Truck League, everyone. Honestly, what a great season we've seen out of them. super competitive races. Probably the tightest championship I've ever seen, and a great job out of everyone, that is for sure. Brady Floyd slowing down to go into pit lane. Falling through the field at that rate. I mean, goodness. Looks like he's coming in a little bit early. Sadly, after that incident we saw a while ago, it looks like Quinn Gingrich is out of this race officially. Jeremy Jones currently running in 5th position. He's got a fair amount of space around him for now. I mean, he's got to worry about Brett Murphy right now. Murphy's coming up fast. Yeah, he's got it. Murphy is around on the outside. He's got that position fair and square. I mean, Jeremy Jones has run a pretty good season so far. He was my co-commentator for Rockingham, and honestly, he did a great job, especially for his first commentating job, as he told me he had not done one before. But nonetheless, it's good to see him out on track doing pretty well, as he's currently locked in an intense battle between him and Brett Murphy for position. Battle for the lead once more. It looks like Alex Fox has come in to pit early once more against Ryan Andrew. It looks like he might have been burning off just a little bit more fuel. I imagine we're going to be seeing a lot more guys coming in now. Yep. As soon as I say that. Basically, the entire field is on pit road. Go and pop in and go and take a look at our pit camera. See Alex Fox there right on pole. He has that. Ben McDonald behind, and it looks like a lot of these guys are now going to be pulling out. Lucas Strayer follows behind. Sean Howell. Jeremy Jones. Ben McDonald. So a lot of your field now exiting pit lane as they go through the infield of Homestead to get onto the racing surface. Chris Sawyer currently has 2nd place right now with Alex Forget in the lead there in the number 19. Although this is a very extended stint that Alex is on. Yep, he's going to have to come in this time. Chris Sawyer continues to stay out, though. He's going to get the lead. That's another bonus point there for Sawyer. Good for him. We've not seen him out in the front too many times, but this is a great spot for him to be in. I mean, how good does it have to feel to be able to lead some laps here? This is number 23, Brett Taylor, is right on by. Chris Sawyer is on his 4th pit stop, so let's take a look at his stints. 19 laps. Okay. Well, I would say he's in a pretty good spot, but I don't think he can make it to the end of the race on this pit strategy. Although, he does have a 28-second lead. So, I think right now, if he can extend it somehow, he's in a great spot, that's for sure. And this is going to give a chance to Alex Fox to try to catch up and make some huge ground between him and Sawyer. Currently, the only person chasing Fox right now, that's Lucas Strayer, as Ryan Andrew got caught up in the pits, is now further behind. Brady Floyd also not helped by the pits, is currently a lap down, as is Mitchell Muma, who is currently your championship leader, but with that, it looks like he is going to be struggling for points. Strayer running in 3rd with Ranger behind. Taylor running in 5th. But he's pretty spaced out for now. See, Jeremy Jones is currently trying to pull away from Justin Brutes for the moment there in the number 28. So your closest gap right now is between Strayer and Andrew here. No, actually, it's between Forget and Mcmillan, and it looks like that number 19 is trying to get around the 21. He's going to be able to do it this time, though. Able to dive down to the bottom and just pull through. He's got a bit more speed there in that Toyota Tundra. I think Jacob is really struggling at a track like this. I mean, Homestead is a difficult track to master. Heck, I shouldn't even say try to master, try to drive in general. Only one wreck yellow. That means we have 2 cautions here at Homestead. What a great group to race with. I mean, constantly, lap after lap after lap, these guys have it under control. Nobody's struggling. Alex Fox out to the lead. Looks like Sawyer went into pit. This is going to be your final run, really. And this is a decent gap that Fox has for now. But the only person that can really chase him down is Ryan Andrew. Although, it looks like Lucas Strayer has been pretty quick so far. So unless there's some kind of secret they're holding, they're going to just rocket by. Or maybe Alex has to take some extra fuel at the end. It looks like Mr. Fox has this in the win. Here at the EcoFuel 120, I think this has been a great race so far. A lot of drama, especially on the starts and during cautions. We see passes, and we had a huge 3-wide battle for second through fourth, basically, for many, many laps after our main comp yellow. So, honestly, I think if there's any good group to race with here on iRacing, it definitely has to be with the Tuesday Night Truck League. These guys are some of the best for sure. See Brett Taylor trying to get by Sean Howell here. Even after that wreck earlier on, we still see Taylor being very competitive. I believe he took maybe a fast repair. Maybe it was just barely enough damage and he was able to get it repaired. He did save it quite well. Closest battle on track right now. This is between Howell and Taylor right now. These guys are pretty close together. Trying to go down the front stretch of a battle there. Just doesn't have the momentum for it yet. See just how close these guys are. I mean, like, this really is a battle to watch. I mean, both very competent drivers. I mean, Howell, we've seen time and time again just dominate and able to be so fast. And we've seen Taylor be really good too. So I think it's just a matter of time until Brett Taylor overtakes, or Sean Howell's going to start pulling away. Both these guys are very good. A little bit further down, we see another close battle right now between Derek. Oh, 3-wide battle right now with Justin Bruins in front of these two. That's Derek Stanley and Alex Forget. These guys are very close together. It looks like Alex just has a bit more pace there running on the outside than Stanley does. He slows down a little bit throughout the turns, but Justin Bruins just has the pace, though. Going through these turns, they're all basically on the same pit stop strategy, except for Stanley, who has gone in 5 times instead of 3. I mean, as soon as I say that, it looks like Alex Forget is going to prove me wrong and trying to shoot on by. I feel like it's a common thing at this point. That's going to be him for 7th. Sean Howell, currently looking like the championship favorite for now, running in 4th place, currently has the biggest lead on anyone. Can he do it? That's the question. Can he do it? Alex Fox is going to get a huge winner's points, laps led points, and stage win points. Alex Fox looks like he's going to be taking home the sweep unless he has to pit here in the last few laps. But Sean Howell currently still looks like the championship favorite. That is going to be a big question there for our administration team to make sure they get the points figured out just right. I mean, this is going to be a close battle nonetheless. See the number 31 there. I mean, he's just rolling away. Over 5-second gap between him and Andrew. I mean, just on a move he is. 6 laps left to go here at the EcoFuel 120 at Homestead-Miami Speedway. I want to thank everyone for coming out here tonight. I want to thank our sponsors as well. Most particular, you got to thank absolutely most of all NS Service. I mean, just able to present such a fantastic series here tonight. Huge thank you to them. Got to thank Pierce Drivers for giving me such fantastic overlays. Honestly, we couldn't have done this series without either of these guys. And it's been great. mean, really competitive season we've seen out of everyone. Couldn't ask for better, honestly. Looks like a little bit of fuel saving I'm hearing there out of that number 31. He has this race almost in the bag. Just a few more laps to go. As Lucas Strayer has overtaken for second place. Fighting right now with Ryan Andrew going across the line. Into turn 1 they go. I think they're both fuel saving right now when it comes to this fight. Andrew riding on that high line. However, it looks like Strayer is just fast enough to get on through for right now. This is going to be the question. Is Andrew going to wreck Strayer there for a position? Neither one of them are in the playoffs. Strayer down on his luck for a lot of these races. Has won a... I know he won the first race. I haven't really checked with the others. But he has been pretty competitive, and it looks like this kind of race is just for him. However, we see that Ryan Andrew has been extremely competitive when it comes up to the leaders, but these guys are in each other lap after lap. Strayer still has it for now, and there's only a few left to go. Toggling back and forth through each of the stretches, we see that the two different philosophies right now. Strayer going for the bottom with the most amount of speed possible, and Ryan Andrew taking it safe by riding that high line. Big block we're seeing out of Strayer there. Not enough, though. Just across the line he gets it. I mean, so close. Only 2 laps left to go. Alex Fox continues to lead. He's going to be entering the final lap very soon as Ryan Andrew is able to hold off Strayer. He's got the position. Strayer slowing down a lot. Sean Howell now looking to enter the fray. Down on the bottom, Strayer goes. Can he get the run? It looks like he might just be able to, as there now is going to be a 3-person battle for second position. Ryan Andrews slowing a lot there on the top. It looks like it's just not the place to be, as it's the white flag. Alex Fox looks like he's going to be taking home this victory as they have to battle right now for second place. Lucas Strayer has it for now as they go into turn number 3. Rounding turn 4 they go. This is going to be a battle for second. Ryan Andrew and Lucas Strayer. It looks like Strayer has it. They go down the front stretch, and it's Strayer. He has it. There's a collision there. Spun into Andrew as he takes home third, and Sean Howell in fourth. And we finish right on 8:30 on the dot. Oh, my goodness. What a race. Alex Fox takes home a fantastic victory. I'm pretty sure Sean Howell takes home the championship, although that does have to be checked. What a race. There are few words, honestly. I mean, everyone was so competitive this entire time. A great show done by all. I mean, just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Thank you to EcoFuel for sponsoring this week's race and our finale as Alex Fox takes home the victory. Sean Howell now coming up to the field. Bit of a brake lock there as he comes up. They got to do some celebrating. Absolutely just have to. I think those donuts say that he got the championship. Great show. Just great, great show. All right, let's go and bring up your third place finisher, Ryan Andrew. That is, if it'll let me bring him up. There we go. Ryan, just open the booth. There you me.
Yes, I do.
Well, you got yourself a fantastic third place position. How are you feeling?
Well, I felt like we were dead even there for the lead, and I just slid through my box on the final pit stop.
Oh,
That really destroyed my chances.
so close. And I mean, just to think that it was, stopped by something something so trivial so earlier on.
Yeah.
But I mean, still, you had a great battle there for third.
Yeah, I got into the wall a few times just trying to push it, and he was just able to catch me back up and just take it there at the end.
I mean, the battle between you and Strayer, though, is also really good. I mean, you guys were so close, lap after lap.
Yeah, he was putting up a really good fight there.
Honestly, I mean, what a great show, though. Like, what do you think your final impressions of this race are?
It was a great late race. I think it might be better in the daytime, just for passing.
Okay.
But overall, it was a pretty good race.
I think I would have to absolutely have to agree. I mean, just constant battles this entire time. Everyone able to be super competitive. I mean, who do you think was your biggest rival throughout this entire race so far?
Well, it was definitely the 31, but
I mean, definitely. I mean, Alex was just so competitive the entire race for you.
yeah, I'm glad that I only hit the wall twice, and that was in the last 5 laps.
Still, I mean, great job though. I mean, there's so little I can say about it. I mean, you just did a great job able to hold off, and just provide a constant watch. Everyone. I think we just had to be on the edge of our seats as we were watching you.
Yeah, each time that I tried to pass the 31 there, she would just get back around me.
Yeah, definitely. Well, how are you going to celebrate this third place finish and conclusion to the season here at the Tuesday Night Truck League?
Probably gonna hang out with my family later.
Nice.
Do some other things.
I gotcha. Before I let you go, is there anything you want to say over to our audience there?
Thanks for watching. If you've been watching the whole season, you do a really good job broadcasting these.
Thank you. All right.
Just
It's all good. It's all right. Well, still, great job. I mean, you did a great work. So, with that, congratulations on a good third place and a great job here at the end of the season, just being able to put up a really good fight for race after race.
yeah, I definitely look forward to being in this league next season.
I hope to see you then, that's for sure.
Uh-huh.
Okay, number 8 of Ryan Andrew. Let's go ahead and bring up the number 41 of Lucas Strayer, who took home a great second place finish. Lucas, is open the booth. Do you read me?
What's up, Noah?
You just took home a great second place battle. How did you do it?
Good question. I just really stayed on the bottom and hoped that he'd hit the wall again. I know the only battle started because I think he hit the wall once, so I just kept hoping that he would mess up again and I would have a chance to pass him, and eventually it worked off. I got a chance to go around him. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I don't know what to say. It was a hard fought battle. He did a great job. Yeah, it was. Gotta thank Sean Howe Designs and Grip Marketing. I don't know what else. The last race of the season. I finally showed up. I'll take second. I wish it was a battle for a win. That would have been cool as anything, but oh well.
Well, I mean, I gotta ask, how are you gonna celebrate the second place finish?
Currently trying to upload points because I know everyone kind of knows who won, but we need to have it official. So
Yeah, I would like an official answer pretty quick, that's for sure.
yeah, so that's how I'm gonna celebrate, by uploading the points. But in reality, I'm probably gonna go eat dinner. I actually drove 2 hours and sat down in my chair like 10 minutes before the race even started. So
Hey, for basically no practice, I mean, that's impressive, being able to put on such a dominant performance there at the end.
I wouldn't call it dumb.
Well, at the end!
I mean, I got second, but I wouldn't call it dominant. I'm pretty sure I was 11th most of the race. So I'll take my second place. I'm gonna go celebrate my 11th place points finish by default because I gave up my playoff spot. But woo! Thanks for a great season, Noah. We'll see you again next year.
Yeah, see you again next season. Well, thank you very much for your time. I'll give you one more chance to go ahead and thank your sponsors or whoever else you need to.
Sean Howe Designs. Sean won the championship, so good for him. Grip Marketing. Thanks Kyle Dagger for sponsoring probably the worst truck out there. Team Taco Bell. We didn't win the championship, but we're number one in our hearts of everyone who loves Taco Bell. And let's hear it for TNT. This was a terrible fever dream 4 months ago that we actually did it. So, woo!
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, Lucas. I do appreciate it, and I'll make sure I chat with you guys a little bit after this race.
I'll see you after for the party, Noah.
What a great finish these guys had. I mean, great end of the season, just constant, non-stop battles. Well, let's go and interview your winner here, Alex Fox. Alex, is no up in the booth. Do you read me?
Yes, I got you. So yeah, I knew I'll be back here this time.
Ah, you were right. You absolutely were. I mean, what a win. Yeah. What a win.
Yeah, what a, great truck. We had, looks like dominating, win. I'd say it is.
I think dominating
I'm
is just a little bit of a light term.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad. I'm sure glad to be visiting Victory Lane for, I think, 4th time this season so far. Really wish I would be celebrating championship right now, but I didn't make every race. But congrats to Sean. I think he clinched it.
I think so. From my points calculations, which are bound to be inaccurate, I do think that he got it, and it sounds like Lucas said he got it.
Oh yes, he's a good buddy of mine. I'm really proud of him.
Honestly, it's such an interesting thing to watch the battles that we've seen here at the TNT. I mean, not only between you, but I mean everyone else in this entire field, constant, just battling for wins and just really competitive this entire time.
Yeah. There's been a lot of competition this season. It's been a lot of fun. Everyone's here are great friends over here. We love racing against each other, and we love going out and just putting a good show for the audience and having ourselves a great time. I love racing against these guys.
Absolutely. I mean, it's great. So I have to ask, what were you able to do to provide such an intense performance?
Just racing, clean, and just being able to be there at the end and just having the right people around you to influence you to be your best. Yeah.
I gotcha. Well, my last two questions have to be, what are you going to do to celebrate the win?
I'm right now. I've already begun celebrating. I'm drinking my favorite Mike's Hard Black Cherry. That's the best one out there on the market, and I'm just gonna be celebrating this. And I'm probably gonna play some other games and just have fun.
Makes a lot of sense to me. And for my final question, who do you have to thank for such a great victory and a great season?
Well, I have to thank Brett Murphy and Lucas Strayer and the guys who operate this league for setting this up for its inaugural league this season. I have to thank them a lot for having me race with them. I'm really glad to be on the Hard as a Rock race team. Congratulations to them and Clint as well for the team owner. Because I think we captured the team points championship. Just everyone and all of my competitors I race with, good friends, love them to death, and it's glad I could just be a part of this league here.
All right. Well, thank you much for your time, Alex. I do appreciate it, and congratulations once again.
All right. Thank you.
Well, that was the number 31, Alex Fox, taking home the victory. Let's see if I can grab Sean Howell and congratulate him on his championship win. Here he is. Sean, it's no up in the booth. Do you read me?
Copy, I got you.
You won the championship. How are you feeling?
Oh, that was a very stressful race because I knew without Brandon showing up, it was going to be an extremely close points battle. We kind of choked it on the stage points. I lost 3 spots on the last lap on the stage, and it put us in quite a tight bubble there. But we were able to pull it out.
I mean, honestly, I think tight is probably a very underestimated word, as it was mind-numbingly close.
Yes, with I mean, Brandon still finished second, even though he didn't show up. That's how close the points were. I knew I had to beat Mitch, but I was hoping to get stage points. That way, I just had to beat Mitch straight up, and I know he had some problems in the race because he finished kind of a lap down, I believe, and but just going in there knowing I needed points, I knew it was going to be tight. My car wasn't handling all that well on the late runs. I eventually went down to the bottom. I was able to find some speed there, at least keep up the pace, and we got pretty close to getting second, third there. We ended up fourth, but it was a pretty close battle for second there as well.
Yeah, it was. That's for sure. I mean, you, Strayer, and Andrew were just constantly in each other's bumpers the entire time.
Yeah, I missed a little slow exiting pit road there, put me a little bit further back than I would have liked, but we were able to get it back and get pretty close. But I was points racing, so I wasn't going too hard for second. I knew as long as I kept my truck in clean shape with Mitch being stuck a lap down, I just needed to finish like P8 to lock the championship there. So I was playing it smart. I wasn't going for it too crazy.
Well, I have to ask, how are you going to celebrate to get this championship? I mean, like, you already got it. Like, how are you going to celebrate it?
Oh, we'll go look for some NASCAR diecast to buy or something with the money here. I'm a big diecast collector. Got a lot of cars, so go find a new car, something to buy with the championship money.
Hey, make sure you hit up Strayer. He's always one to give you a good deal.
Oh yeah, I know. Just bought a car from him a couple nights ago.
Hey, I did too. Well,
so yeah, it was fun race. I like the tracks that aren't like flat out. I didn't like Auto Club very much. Kansas, I think I didn't have too good of a race there. I like the tracks that have some off throttle time and a little bit more of the driver's hand instead of just the car going full throttle. But it was a fun track, just kind of a tight track, but it was a fun race.
Well, I have to ask, who do you have to thank for such a great championship run?
I just thank all the teammates that were with me, the broadcast booth, the sponsors of each race. We had a fun race. We were close in team points as well. We had a couple bad races that kind of put us in a hole, but I think we still finished top 3 in the team points. That was fun. Everyone that showed up put on a good show for everybody, hopefully, and hopefully we'll be back next season for another one.
Absolutely. So until then, I'll have to see you a bit later. Thank you very much for your time, and congratulations once again.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Number 38 of Sean Howell, able to secure a great championship finish, and honestly, a impressive run nonetheless. I was going to interview Brett, but he's in the admin booth. He's busy. All right, well, that's okay. Honestly, what a great league this is over at the TNT. Honestly, thanks for having me here. Honestly, it's great to have it, and I think going into next season, there's going to be a lot of new exciting stuff to see. So, with that, Sean Howell, your champion. We'll go and run through your final results one more time. I did have them up on screen, so we'll make sure we run through just a little bit more, just to make sure you got it down, and that'll be it, honestly. I mean, there's really not too much of this race left. All right. So, winning the race is going to be Alex Fox there, number 31. Second place goes to Lucas Strayer. Third, Ryan Andrew. Fourth, Sean Howell. Fifth, Alex Forget. Sixth, Jeremy Jones. Seventh, Brett Taylor. Eighth, Justin Bruins. Ninth, Derek Stanley. 10th, Jacob Mcmillan. 11th, Chris Sawyer. 12th, Ben McDonald. 13th, Brett Murphy. 14th, Mitchell Muma. 15th, Brady Floyd. 16th, Quinn Gingrich. And sadly, unable to race is Clint Spillman. Honestly, thank you everyone for coming out to our race here tonight and for attending each of our broadcasted sessions that we had. Unfortunately, missing the All-Star and the second to last race. So, with that, I have been Noah Walter here on twitch.tv/4cloak. If you want to find out any more information, go ahead and check out www.4cloak.net. And with that, I'll hope to see you guys all next season. Goodbye.